In this podcast episode, Nadine Macaluso shares her experience of being in a toxic and abusive relationship with Jordan Belfort, the infamous stockbroker known as the Wolf of Wall Street. She grew up in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, raised by a single mother who instilled in her a love for psychology and learning. She pursued a career in modeling to support herself financially and met Belfort at a party where he immediately took an interest in her. Macaluso describes how she met Belfort at a party and was swept off her feet by his lavish lifestyle, charisma, and generosity. Despite being in a relationship with someone else, she quickly fell in love with Belfort and they began dating. Belfort's high-pressure tactics and coercive control tactics, such as moving the goalposts for marriage and children, were early signs of manipulation in the relationship. As the relationship progressed, Macaluso experienced moments of rage and anger from Belfort, which were red flags for potential abuse. His drug addiction exacerbated his behavior, leading to instances of violence and control. Macaluso struggled with balancing her modeling career, supporting her family, and navigating the demands of the relationship. Macaluso explains the concept of trauma bonding, which involves a cycle of intermittent abuse and reinforcement in a relationship. The alternating periods of love and control create a strong emotional bond that can be difficult to break. Belfort's behavior, fueled by drugs and his narcissistic tendencies, contributed to the trauma bonding in their marriage. Despite the toxic dynamics in the relationship, Macaluso found it challenging to leave Belfort due to various factors. The lifestyle he provided, financial support for her family, and fear of his aggressive behavior made it difficult for her to break free. Macaluso reflects on her own personality traits, such as agreeableness and conscientiousness, which made her susceptible to manipulation in the relationship. These traits, while positive in other contexts, were weaponized against her by Belfort's coercive control tactics. She emphasizes the importance of understanding one's vulnerabilities and how they can be exploited in toxic relationships. The turning point in Macaluso's relationship with Belfort came when she gave him an ultimatum to get sober, or else she would leave. This ultimatum led to a violent confrontation where Belfort lit her clothes and jewelry on fire and tried to drive away with their daughter while high on drugs. This incident ultimately pushed Belfort to seek help and get sober. After years of emotional abuse and coercive control, Macaluso finally decided to leave Belfort when he became physically violent towards her and their daughter. She talks about the difficulty of leaving a toxic relationship, especially when children are involved, but emphasizes the importance of prioritizing one's own well-being and safety. After leaving Belfort, Macaluso met her current husband and built a stable and healthy relationship with him. She reflects on the transition from chaos to peace and the importance of trust and communication in a healthy relationship. She also discusses the challenges of moving on from a toxic past and finding happiness and stability in a new relationship. Macaluso delves into her journey of therapy and self-discovery, which ultimately led her to become a therapist specializing in trauma bonds. She talks about the importance of therapy in processing past trauma, setting boundaries, and learning to prioritize self-care and self-love. She emphasizes the ongoing nature of healing and personal growth, highlighting the need to continue working on oneself even after coming out of a toxic relationship. Macaluso shares her initial reactions to the movie adaptation of Belfort's life and the challenges of reliving her past through the film. She discusses the positive aspects of the movie, including the portrayal of her character by Margot Robbie and the unexpected success and impact it had on her life. She reflects on the emotions stirred up by the movie and the process of coming to terms with her past through therapy and self-reflection. Through her experiences, Macaluso learned the value of facing fears, expressing emotions, and taking risks. She emphasizes the importance of self-care, self-compassion, and self-reflection in the journey towards personal growth. She encourages individuals to take small steps towards positive change and not to judge themselves for feeling stuck. She believes that change is a gradual process that involves consistent effort and determination. Macaluso expresses her deep love for her children and grandchildren, highlighting motherhood as the most important experience of her life. She discusses the joy and fulfillment she finds in being a mother and grandmother. Despite the challenges she faced in her past relationship, she maintains a strong bond with her children and emphasizes the importance of supporting them in their relationships and personal growth. As a therapist and author, Macaluso is dedicated to helping women navigate trauma, relationships, and personal empowerment. She has written a book, Run Like Hell, that addresses the complexities of trauma bonds and provides guidance for individuals seeking to break free from toxic relationships. Through her work, she aims to educate and empower women to prioritize their well-being and pursue healthy, fulfilling relationships.